Hello, hello. Hi, welcome on in. We are here for session 114 of the Deviants Dorks campaign. We are finally back. We had a little bit of scheduling issues, and that's why we had to take a little bit of a hiatus. But we're here for session 114, and then the next session is the start of the finale, which should be a three-parter, a three-session finale. I'm very excited to get there. I'm very excited for this. But we're going to hop in with the players and see how they're all doing. Audio a little bit.
Awesome. I want to do
hello.
like archival conservation.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, welcome on into session 114 of the Deviants Dorks campaign.
Scary.
Yeah.
We're talking about saving the
Good
world
lord.
and nature, and now we're
Yeah.
gonna go in and not actually save the world today, but have a fun time. Have a break
We're
from
talking-
saving the
We've
world.
already saved the world in D&D. Like,
I was
yeah,
gonna say-
really good.
I was actually
We've done it many
surprised.
times.
I was surprised when I hopped in that you weren't talking about like titties or something like that of the usual.
No, we were talking
Do
about
you
all
really
of the
think
choices
so
of
little of
conservation
us?
we want to do.
We got
Yeah.
really adult.
Yeah.
I think the neurons are firing. The what is it? The brain is developing finally.
It just took like 100 sessions.
Yeah.
We will be reverting
Talk
by
about
next
something
session.
besides being horny. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, welcome on into session 114, The History of a Bard. And as I said in the opening, the session before the finale.
Yay.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
shit.
Yeah.
Insane.
Next session is the first of the three-parter for the finale of the campaign, which I'm very, very excited for. But we got to wrap up a story first. And this story revolves around Prar for a minute. Or Theron Minette? Figuring that one out. But
Good question.
good question. Identity is hard when you've been alive for 2 years. 2.5? 3? At this point? I
It's
think
more like
Sounds
3.
right.
it's like 3, maybe 3.5 at this point. Yeah. You guys have been together for a while. But Prar, you have spent the majority of your time post the Asphodin fight searching down information. You started this before the fight, but you have actually gotten time to take for yourself. You did some travel to Olden. You spoke with, as I pull up my notes that I have prepared for this session, you spoke with Ethra, the mother of Dominic, again, getting some information from her, and just getting leads. First on Dominic, then on Quinn Opal, and then on Captain Elf Pensley. You have gathered up your party, not as a group, but as individuals, for help getting around, transport for this special, intimate mission, and asked each of them to travel with you separately. And we're starting with Moon Wizard.
Oh shit, that's me.
Far, you gather up Moon Wizard after speaking to Ethra, to learn about the adventuring party that Quinn used to work. Not Quinn? Dominic used to travel with. You were told that the 3 members of the adventuring party all live in the city Manun over on the country Akatroth. You travel there in one way or another, and you find out that Manun is a city built under a hollowed out mountain. When inside, you can't see any daylight, and the entire place is lit up by firelight. Torches and lanterns are scattered throughout the compact and winding streets and all along the walls scaling up to the mountain interior. Ethra told you Dominic's party is a successful adventuring group named Golden Domination. You track down this party and find yourself in a modest home, not unsimilar to your own in Lightport, and in front of you are 3 individuals. There is a blue dragonborn in loose-fitting monk garbs, who introduces himself as Grimmel Sapphire. There is a elegant elf sitting politely, who introduces herself as Carol Dwy. And you can see that she has a quiver strapped to her left thigh. And finally, the owner of the home, a dwarf named Nora Goldenspear, sits comfortably on a couch across from the couch you two are sitting on. You can see she has a symbol of the Raven Queen hanging from her belt. And above the couch that she's sitting in is a golden spear, as her namesake states.
Fuck yeah, we love the Raven Queen.
The 3 of them sit there, just kind of quietly, awkwardly waiting for you two to explain yourself. They know you thought them down, but you haven't really explained why. And Nora...
Carol knows why. Because I visited the Dwy estate back in...
You are right. You are correct. You did visit the Dwy estate. So, Carol recognizes you. But Nora and the Dragonborn Grimmel do not. You see, Carol is awkwardly kind of watching you, expecting you to make the first move. And Nora sits forward, just putting her elbows on her knees and her hands folded underneath her chin as she looks at you and is like, "So, what's your business? You came to our home? You need a job done?"
I wanted to ask some questions about someone you used to travel with.
You see the 3 of them look around at each other, and Carol gives kind of just like a awkward smile and nods to you. Nora just kind of looks back to you and is like, "Okay, what do you want to know?"
What was he like? Because I explained this to Carol, but I'm in the process of writing a song cycle, and I'd like to write one about him, so he wouldn't be forgotten.
You see Grimmel, who has had just kind of a neutral face, but you can see kind eyes. His eyes grow sad. Nora leans back on the couch and just kind of groans. "You want to know about Dominic?"
Yep.
Fuck, okay. He was young, stupid, and the bravest of all of us. He sought out adventure like his father, after an argument or something with his mother, and stowed away on a ship, traveling across the ocean for grand adventure. They caught him in like a week, but not even. But it was too late to turn back. So they put him to work. Made him a ship hand, and he earned his stay on that ship. Until eventually, he made it here. To Paluma first, and then landing on Apatroth, and kind of traveling around doing small jobs. We met in Paluma at a bar. Surprisingly, a lot of adventurers do. He was brave. Okay. And you see she leans back, and Grimmel just kind of looks at her. It's like, want to talk about the swamp? And Nora nods. It's like, I was getting there. Okay. So we were doing a job over in Shademark. It's cross country lines, but they were having issues with a swamp hag. None of us were that well versed in like proper magic, and so she was giving us some trouble. That ugly fucking bitch. There was a point in the fight. We were all underground, and she put out this fear spell or effect or whatever it was, and all of us froze in place. Except for him. And what does he do? Charges straight for the fucker. Going right in. Throwing himself into danger. Not running. Not saving us. I don't know how he did it. But he finished her off. Found a sick-ass sword in the lair, which then Nora looks to you, Prar, and nods to Orin. And says, that sword, actually.
Never mentioned that part.
You come in here. Sorry, I need to ask some questions. You come in here, you ask about him, saying you want to write a song about him, wielding his sword. Are you related by any chance? A cousin or a brother or... You're not. You look similar. You could be related.
I mean, technically, First gonna turn and look at Moon Wizard.
Moon Wizard's just gonna sit there and like twiddle his thumbs and like look away.
Do I tell them about the goo?
The goo?
I mean, that's like completely up to you, man.
So, and Pearl's just gonna start explaining the entire story of the fucking Ooblex under Harnver. because I don't want to repeat that in character again.
Yeah. That is fair. Remind me, I do not remember. Did you explain that to Carol when you met her?
I'm pretty sure I did.
I'm pretty sure you did. You can tell by the reactions of the other party members' faces that Carol did not repeat what you told her. Roll an insight check.
Ooh, boy. Oh! Oh no.
Oh, okay. That is a nat 1. It is hard to read any of them. All of them have this quiet, stoic expression. And at one point, then Nora stands up. She reaches above the couch, grabbing the weapon hanging above her, and then proceeds to throw it through a wall. Not at you, but...
Okay, good. I was worried for a second.
No. Into a direction of the room that nobody is sitting. And it implants a good foot into the wall before sticking there. She then continues and says, he told us he was visiting his mother. He took his earnings from the work we had been doing and paid for a ship back. We got a letter from his mother, which we had never spoken to, a year later, saying that he went missing. We... Our group... Our name used to be the Golden Group. But after he disappeared, we changed it to what it is now. The Golden Domination. It was a joke. Dominic the Dominator, we used to call him. Stupid thing. He couldn't dominate a fly. Stupid. And you see she walks over and uncorks a large casket of ale and just pours herself a mug. Before pouring a second mug and handing it to you.
Take it.
Can I have one?
Nora sits down on the couch, but you see the Dragonborn stands up and pours mugs for the rest of the people in attendance, including you.
Yay.
Nora grabs the pendant of the Raven Queen on her belt and looks up at you. A scowl goes across her face, and it looks like she wants to say so many things before just sighing. Is there any part of him in you?
Depends on what you mean by that. Because I used to have dreams that felt like they were memories. But we are different people. Sorry, I picked a bad time to put chocolate in my mouth.
All good. It's freaky, because you look like him, but like a... You're not him. Brother or cousin or... At least we know what happened. Nora sits there and just stares into her ale, not having taken a sip yet. And it's Carol who speaks up next, looking at you. So, what is the song gonna be about?
Well, that's to be determined. I have ideas. But I think I don't... Oh. There was a sentence and it's gone. That's...
I mean, this must be tough for you. Nora speaks up. You just wake up one day and your life is a lie and you're not yourself and...
It sucks. It took me like a while to process that.
Nora looks over across the couch to Moon Wizard. So what are they doing here?
That's my emotional support, old man.
Moon Wizard just kind of like raises a hand like, hello, I'm the emotional support wizard. And then I reach over and give Prar a very firm yet awkward pat on the shoulder.
You do emotional support.
No, I do other things. Like I can do this. And like Moon Wizard kind of like holds up two hands and starts like conjuring like a illusion of a rubber duck.
Nora leans forward and scowls at you. Have you ever lost a party member?
Oh, many. It's not my fault though.
You have
I'm
a
very
whole other thing
old.
going on.
There is genuine shock and surprise from your response. What were they like?
Moon Wizard kind of drops the little illusion and goes a bit sullen for a moment. And responds, every single one of them was wonderful. But well, to tell you the truth, to explain everything about them would take days. Too much to love, you know.
For the first time since you all stepped foot in his house, you see the dwarf in front of you smiles. Too much to love. I like that. Add that to your song, and then you see she leans back and takes a huge swig from the mug. Okay. Dominic was stupid and brave. He snored in his sleep. His favorite food was fucking just sandwiches with as much fucking vegetables packed into it. And she just starts explaining all the little details, everything that she can remember about him. And they each take turns telling you stories, adventures that they went through, journeys across the continent, monsters they slayed together. They opened up. And it doesn't take an insight check for you to be able to tell. They're trusting you with this. This was someone that was extremely important to them, and someone that was heartbreaking to lose. You can see a finality settles over them. Because for years they didn't know if he was dead, or gone, or trapped, or lost. And they finally know. And they want him to be remembered. What does Dominic's song turn out to be?
I think it's somewhere between a ballad and a marching song. Because the way he loved and the way he was loved had to be a part of it. But nothing ever stopped him from being good and marching forward.
You spend the better part of a few hours with them, writing the song, composing it, practicing it, playing it, until you and they are happy. And you learn more about them, their history, more about the people that Dominic loved, his dreams of following in his father's footsteps and becoming a great adventurer, even after losing his father to that same dream. The turmoil that his mother Ethra had over her only child leaving home. The hope and love for the world that he had. And the genuine belief that as long as you kept moving forward, anyone could make the world a better place. And you translate his dreams into song. Moon Wizard, they ask you a bit more about your history. Curious, but not pressing. And you're allowed to tell them as much as you want, or as little as you want.
Moon Wizard will simply explain that he is the creation of a god, but does not specify which one. Does not go into too much, agonizing detail about what his general purpose is, but explains that he's very old and has seen and experienced so much. Really emphasizes on the fact that he has seen so much, implying that it's way too much to talk about in one single session of conversation.
They respect that and don't ask any questions. Especially once gods are brought up. Nora's just like raises an eyebrow and then it's like, that's all I need to know. Don't worry about it. But you all are able to share this moment, create something worthy of him and his story. As you all wrap up and you are able to play the song fully for the group once it's completed, do you have any more questions you have for them? Conversations you want to have? Questions about who Dominic was, what he was like? Requests?
I think he's more than happy to listen to what they were willing to give him, so he doesn't pry.
Okay. Once it's done, Nora asks for a copy of the music.
I will happily hand over a copy of the music.
She takes it and just... You're too tall for her to pat your shoulder, so instead she gives you one very sturdy, hardy slap to the waist, to the hip. And looks up at you. You put your skinny little ass out there and sing this in as many fucking bars as you can. And you can see she is holding back tears. Go tell his fucking story. And she turns her back to you and walks, pulling a chair up to stand on to pull the spear out of the wall that she threw herself. You look over and you see there are a few other holes in this wall, which you realize this might be a usual occurrence. And all three of them look to you and nod, and then usher you out of their house. If it's alright with both people from the first group, we will move on to the second group, but I figure we could take like a 5-minute bathroom break between.
Yeah.
Okay. I actually do have to pee, so yeah.
I also need a pee, so we'll do like a 5-minute bathroom break between each of the groups. So we will be back in 5 minutes. See you all soon. Popping back in.
Who,
Hello, hello.
Popo every single time. Hello.
Hello, hello. Hi. Are we all set to pick back up?
I would say so.
I'm
I would say so, princess.
Princess. Princess.
I will
I'm very
resurrect
uncomfortable with the
Baruchar.
energy and
We'll get his ass again.
I will bring back Baruchar immediately.
Why the hate on the princess?
Yeah, come on,
why
princess.
not?
We've already
Princess,
set
what's
an
wrong?
established boundary as from players to DM that if you're gonna call me anything, it's Dungeon Mommy, not Princess.
Wait, but what? When you're not a DMing, can I call you princess?
Princess.
Oh,
We'll
princess.
see.
Oh, princess.
I'm
I need-
trying to say it normally like a princess, but it's really hard when other people are saying it like that.
Dexterity saves from all of you.
No!
No.
I have
Just
said
like, character
nothing.
sheet open.
Oh no.
Bart's fine.
Dexterity.
Character sheet open.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Oh no, dexterity. The one saving throw I have constant advantage. Wait, do I actually? I don't remember.
As long as you can see the effect happening.
Okay.
But
I hate the way that D&D Beyond changed things. They moved my shit.
this is
I had
why-
a system.
This is why I don't use D&D Beyond. Okay. Moving on.
Damn.
Prar. You have spent quite a bit of time piecing info together for the musician that made up your heart. The most out of everyone else. And this is what you find out. Quinn Opal is a figure that never had a permanent party or group. He may have traveled with a musical troupe here or an adventuring party there, but he never stayed with anyone for more than a few months. Their dream was to be a world-famous musician more than anything. They longed to spread their stories and songs to the whole world and ended up traveling all over to do so. Their story and life are a mystery, but their music ended up reaching all over and touching the lives of many. They were last seen in their late 30s, but their first big break was in a snowy city in Thindrin called Timar. They were at the age of 17, playing for a pub called the Lousy Lounge. The pub to this day takes credit for being the start of Quinn's music journey, and they hired them to play daily there for a year. The pub's popularity boomed because of Quinn, and people started coming over from nearby towns to see them perform. They had a drink named after Quinn's favorite song to play at the time, The Dawn of the Wanderer. It's a frothy golden ale that they would drink while working there. The song starts fast-paced and upbeat, talking about the start of a wondrous journey and the wonders and hope in a young man's heart. As the song continues past the midway point, it slows down and gets more emotional until near the end, the fiddle cuts completely, and it ends just with the performer singing the last few lines. It talks of the sadness of leaving home and the fear of a world beyond. The tavern, you learn, has a tradition where if a musician comes in and proves themselves, they can get a free beer and a copy of the song. You find yourself in this tavern with Tempter, sitting across the bar from the owner, a bugbear named Barnaby.
Aw, I love that name.
He explains to you as you ask about the drink that it was Quinn's dream to share their music with the world, and he passes on Quinn's tradition. You are in this bar. It is very rundown, kind of shoddy, kind of dive bar. But you can see it is popular. There is two musicians sitting up on a small stage, just playing idly, earning some coin. And you see there seems to be a mix of like regulars and a few, maybe one or two out of towners, just sitting here and enjoying the atmosphere. As you sit here, what do you do?
Sorry, repeat the bit about performing and getting music for it.
Yeah, you were told while searching through the town for the bar, you were told by a just townsfolk that there is a tradition at the bar where if a performer comes in and performs something and the people of the bar enjoy it, you get a free drink that is named after the song that Quinn used to play here, and you get a copy of the song itself.
I'm just gonna look to Prar upon hearing that and suggest I can think of no one better than to perform a song like that. You should give it a try, Prar.
You flatter me. I know you just want the free drink.
You know I do not drink very often. You drink more than me.
Shh. Irrelevant. What was Quinn's instrument of choice?
Are you asking? No. For the song that Quinn used to play here, it was on a fiddle. But in your research, you have learned that Quinn is or was talented in all sorts of instruments. Never seemed to have a specific one. Hopped from one to another to another to another.
I think when he has a chance, he's going to take his fiddle out and perform purely based on instinct. He's not going to think about what song he's playing next. He's just going to play.
Do me a favor. Roll a performance check with advantage.
26.
26. You see the two performers on the stage sees you pull out a fiddle, and they stop their music, and kind of wave you over to the stage if you wanted to perform there. You see, they kind of like stand up. You can tell they've been playing for probably a few hours and wanted a break anyways. And they sit down at the bar to grab their own drinks. You pull out a fiddle and start playing, switching from song to song, starting out slower at first before ramping up the speed, and as you do, as you're performing here, you're tapping your foot along with the tempo as the song gets faster and faster, and more energy is put into this. You see the actual denizens of the bar are all now watching. First curious, then excited, and you see Barnaby is leaning on the bar, staring at you intently, and as you stare across and make eye contact with him, you notice immediately the tapping of your foot is perfectly in tune with the beating of your heart. And there is an ache, a familiarity here that you are connected to via music. How do you end your performance?
I think as he started performing, he has a little set of bells on his ankle, which he's been using to keep time, keep rhythm. And I think part of his performance, he makes his way around the room. So the ending is him on stage with the final hurrah and a big bow.
The room erupts into applause. You get a hearty cheer from everyone inside. There are not too many people, but there's probably about a dozen denizens in this kind of cramped, kind of shoddy place. But you got a rowdy applause, and you look across and you see Barnaby himself is clapping as well. You make your way over to the bar, and you see he is already pouring 2 drinks and slides one across to you and one across to Tempter. And just smiles. Now, I have not seen this bar that fucking rowdy in a long time. You, what's your name? What's your name?
Third.
Sarah?
Crowford Serendipity.
Nice. And you see he pulls out a little booklet and writes something down. Make a perception check, both of you.
Oh, I already have
16.
Perception. Okay, well, 7.
Thern, you can tell it's a little hard to spot at first because you're trying to read it upside down. But you can see he has written down your name on a very small list of names. And at the very top you can see it just says just like them. And there's a list of 3 names. You are now the 3rd.
I see what the other 2 names are.
The other 2 names, you look first to see Quinn's name, which is not on the list. It is 2 names. One Motley Fletcher, and then another just Bensley is the name. No last name, just Bensley. 2 people you have not heard of. But you look originally first for Quinn's name, and then you realize the significance of the title. Just like them. It's a list of musicians just as good as Quinn was. They shut the book, slide you your beer. It is this light, frothy ale, and it's just like, Theron, you keep coming and perform like that, you're gonna drink for free forever.
That's a deal I could get down with. Although, I won't be around for too long. I got some traveling to do.
You see, he looks you up and down, and there is just a smirk on his face. Like deja vu to my ears. So what's your
Wasn't there
story? Who are
something-
you?
So I'm just gonna ask, wasn't there something about receiving a copy of the music.
Ah, yes. You see, he reaches underneath the bar and pulls out a box, opening it, and there are several rolled up pieces of paper with a golden ribbon tying it shut, and passes it over to you, Prar. That is a copy of The Dawn of the Wanderer, a song written by our humble little lounge's favorite musician, the Quinn Opal, who started their journey here in our humble little town before going off and becoming a world-famous musician. But I'm assuming, based on you and the skills in your music, you probably already knew that.
Nice to hear confirmation, at least.
We have lots of musicians coming in here trying to live the footsteps of the great Quinn. Not many like you, though. Not many like them. So, is that what you're doing? Coming here to follow the footsteps of a great musician?
You could say that.
Are you a fan?
I'd say... yeah.
Huh. So, what does your career look like? You are a skilled musician, but judging by just your whole personality, you look like an adventurer, probably? What's your story?
Heard about what happened over in I've forgotten the name of the continent that Lightport's on.
Dallas?
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 Dallas.
I heard there's like some fuss over there or something about a war. I had a friend tell me not to travel there for a while.
That might be wise, yes. There were some issues with the continent a while back that we helped out with.
Ah.
It's a very tame way to put it, Tempter.
Well, do you want to tell the whole story, or should I?
For starters, small problems isn't really ancient dragon type of wording.
You see Barnaby's eyes light up and like, ah. Are you dragon flares? Is what am I picking up, or am I giving you too much credit?
I suppose we could be considered dragon slayers.
We did slay a dragon.
Okay.
We slayed one dragon.
We got some big shot heroes in the tavern. Okay.
What about the flesh dragon? Does that count as a dragon?
Yes and no. It's not technically a dragon,
And it was still a dragon.
in a sense.
So
We
you go
say
around.
we slayed 2 dragons.
So you go around killing dragons for fun, or for monetary gain, or fame, or wealth, or how do you get your rocks off?
Well, if I let the dragon destroy the city my boyfriend runs, that's kind of bad for my relationship.
I am
Run?
simply trying to do good in the world.
He looks to you, Tempter, and like, that's great. We need more people like you. And then looks back to you, Par. I'm sorry, your boyfriend runs?
Yeah.
We got some. You see?
You know, it is surprisingly easy to, like, bully your way into someone's life when they are notoriously bad at taking care of themselves.
You see, he just kind of like takes his hand and like runs it back through his hair, and just kind of like puts a hand out to shake yours, and it's like, I have not heard truer words in a hot minute.
Bro will very happily shake his hand.
Back years ago, when I was just a young man with a dream to run a very successful tavern, I met a young folk with a dream to spread music, and that person did not take good care of themselves. I had to. I helped them become who they are supposed to be. Who they were supposed to, who they are supposed to be. I swear they didn't know how to tie their shoes when they first came in here. I gave them a job. They played music. They got this place on the map.
You take pride in all of that.
I do. Very
Good.
much so.
You
But
should.
He looks to you, Prar. They couldn't really be tied down. Everyone starts somewhere, but for them, their story was out there, not in this shitty little fucking town in the middle of nowhere.
I'm glad that you were there for them to help get started. That's a sentence.
It's just,
Tempter is still in Warforged form, so they have not actually taken a sip of the beer.
yep. Yeah, no, Barnaby has no fucking idea how Warforges work.
I don't even know if Barnaby knows what a Warforged is. I feel like we're that far out of that far out in the country.
Oh yeah. This is like very small, like walled city in the middle of a snowy area. It's in Amadron, but it's like not very well known or popular.
Is there any way you can play the recording? The one that you gave us? I would like to listen to it.
Play the recording.
The
tape.
music?
The music. Yeah, the one that he gave us.
Oh no, he gave you a scroll.
I'm assuming
It's just
sheet music.
scroll.
Yeah.
It's sheet music.
I thought it was like a magic tape recorder.
No, it's
Fine,
just
fuck me in my stupid life, I guess.
no. That's too fancy for a place like this. It's just sheet music.
Pro's
I
gonna
thought we
like
had,
look at it
magic
and see if he
record
has
players. I was so down for that.
That would be really cool.
what, like a vinyl.
That would
Yes!
be sick.
That would be sick.
That's campaign 2.
Okay. It's fine, don't play the music then. Puh.
I mean, does Pro have the right instruments to play the music?
You do. All it requires is a fiddle and a voice.
And I think Pro's gonna play the music.
You see, Barnaby watches you unravel the scroll, and then grab your fiddle, and he's like, "Oh, yeah. Wait, no, this is gonna be good. I want to see you do this. This is fun. Go." You grab your stuff, make your way over to the stage. Let me grab the description of the song again. The song starts fast-paced and upbeat, talking about the start of the wondrous journey and the wonders of a young person's heart. The song continues past the midway point, slows down, it gets more emotional until the end. The fiddle cuts completely and ends with just the performer singing the last few lines. As you get up on stage and read over the sheet music, make a performance check with advantage again.
30?
30.
I love the lack of confidence in that. 30?
You read over the sheet music, and you get a few lines in before dropping it, the piece of paper fluttering to the floor. Your hands start to move and play the song you never finished reading. But music is stored in the heart, and it knows the song. The crowd cheers along at the beginning, clapping in rhythm to the beat, before going silent near the middle until you sing the final words at the end. You play the song perfectly. And going in for a bow, you raise up looking at Barnaby across the way before you notice that he is crying. What do you do?
I think he's going to give Barnaby, especially, another bow. And he holds it for just a second longer than most people would, before straightening and returning to his seat.
You see, by the time you pick up the music and roll it back up and move over, you see he is very shoddily rubbing the fur of his arm across his face and trying to composing himself before putting on that kind of greasy, sleazy smile and laughing for looking at you, and it's like, oh, sorry. I wish he was here to...
Tender's gonna slide over their ale to Barnaby, say, "You can have this if you'd like."
He takes it and takes a sip of it. I wish they were here to hear that.
Something tells me that they were.
We're just gonna look at Tempter.
Tempter looks back at Prar.
Barnaby looks down at the glass and shakes his head no. No. Quinopal. The public... To the public, they disappeared. Quin's dead. I know it. If they were alive, they would still be playing.
Who knows? They might still be out there somewhere.
He laughs.
I'm sure that no matter where Quinn is, they'll always be performing.
He laughs a short but sad chuckle and raises his glass to that and is like, cheers to that. and just downs the glass.
R will down his in solidarity.
You, Sarah, good man, you drink here for free forever.
I thank you.
From there, you learn then Quinn's next big break was 3 years later. They unknowingly performed for an elven scholar named Illisum Hale here in the Lousy Vagrant. No, the Lousy Lounge. That was it. This scholar became interested in their talent. Illisum was a researcher in Amadron who had both money and status and was interested in how stories were told through music. Using their social ties, they set up a performance at the Leonis Music and Myth Amphitheater. The amphitheater was a newly built construction in Paluma, the capital of Apatroth, and it was dedicated to Leonis, the god of music, creativity, and art. Illisum helped fund the amphitheater and thus was able to set Quinn up for a performance. Quinn struggled going from a small-town pub to a massive stage seating 5,000 people. Their biggest struggle was picking a song to play. A Sword Sting was popular with adventurers, but this was a mix of commoners and nobles. Under Mother Gaia told a harrowing tale of a man experiencing the horrors of the Underdark, which most people viewing wouldn't have knowledge of. They ended up writing a whole new song called The Melody of Leonis. The song was a slow-tempoed song played on a harp. Quinn sang along and was the only performer on stage. It sings of the power of song, how it inspires others to greatness and brings hope in the darkest of times. The song is now performed annually at the amphitheater and is now sung in temples of Leonis. And you two find yourself on stage of said empty amphitheater as Illisum tells you all of this. She smiles, this older, but for elf, probably closer to middle age, woman, long blonde hair, straightened out, very evenly cut, as she talks about Quinn and their performance, the creation of this song, just very excitedly getting to talk about her experience with the musician. And she looks to you, Par, looking you up and down. You seem to be a musician yourself.
Yeah, I am. I was wondering if you had a copy of the sheet music.
Absolutely. We perform the song here every year. Different performers do. They travel all around the world to travel the footsteps of the great musician, which I'm guessing is what you're doing. And you see she reaches over to the side of the amphitheater and rummages through a box and pulls out a similarly wrapped but much better quality sheet music than the one you got in the bar. This one tied with golden thread, and hands it over to you.
I was gonna give it like a once over. Again, does he have the right instruments to play it?
You can see over to the side of the amphitheater there is a harp on wheels that can be wheeled to the center of the stage. It is the only instrument needed for this song.
Tempter, could you give me a hand real quick?
Of course.
Just
I'm
sort of
gonna-
wheel the harp out So it's not off stage, but it's not center stage either.
Pulls it a bit onto stage left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the once over was probably enough for him to at least start playing the song.
Yeah. You pluck away at the strings of the harp. Once again, roll a performance check with advantage.
How's a nat 20?
That is a nat 20. The sweeping strings echo through the amphitheater as you close your eyes, violently plucking away, and you start singing, performing alongside the instrument, your voice now an instrument. You feel your heart ache with every pluck. You realize as you perform, the voice coming out of your throat is not your own. And you open your eyes after you hear the sound. Applause. You look out into the amphitheater as you are performing this, and you see every single seat is packed. A roaring applause from an audience that was once here. A memory of a performance as you blink and the seats are empty again. You finish off the song. And are just left with stunned silence from Illicum. Tempter, you watched this performance happen, and it was beautiful and captivating, but you did notice the voice that came out of her was not his voice.
Yeah. Tempter could tell that that was truly Quinn and not necessarily Prar.
After a minute of silence, the elf next to you, Tempter, bursts into applause. It was just... That was beautiful. Have you heard the song before? Or did you just read it for the first time? You played it perfectly.
That was the first time. Yeah, I don't think I've heard that before.
You are an incredibly talented musician. What is your name again?
It's Saren.
Saren.
Serendipity.
Serendipity. Are you part of a group, of musicians or adventurers, or would I have heard of you anywhere?
I mean, if you're aware of what happened recently in Talos, maybe.
Well, of course. I am a Amadron researcher. I have to keep up with all of the world's event news. Tialis, Tempter. You said Tempter earlier.
Yes, that is I.
Are you two part of the Woven Fate?
Yep.
Yes.
Incredible. You're heroes. And to think one of the heroes had such talent in music. You see, she starts mumbling to herself as she's like pacing around, she's like, "You two, to think one of the heroes have such great musical talent. I heard that there was a bard traveling with the party, but I didn't. I thought it was a different name, but that doesn't matter. Uh, I was curious in the I was personally curious in with the events of the Woven Fates. I've been keeping up with your story, specifically because of you." And they pointed hands to Tempter. Yes, I had heard of. Well, I'm a researcher in Amadron. I work in one of the 5 great libraries. But there has been there's always been stories of the Warforged who worked at one of the libraries, who had such passion for knowledge. And when I learned that Warforged then later on went and became an adventurer, I was interested in just idly keeping track of your career, but to learn that you're traveling with such a prolific musician. I study music and how music inspires people and brings hope and tells stories. I would love to work with you.
I'm delighted by how excited you are.
This is my passion. This is my life work. That is why I brought Quinn here in the first place. Is I felt that same love for music.
So I'm assuming you would like to have a look at the song cycle I'm writing, then.
Sorry, say that one more time. I didn't catch that.
So I'm assuming you would like to have a look at the song cycle I'm writing.
I would love that. Yes.
Par's gonna look at Tempter with like the most mischievous grin.
Tempter's gonna allow Rar to be as mischievous as he'd like.
I am fully expecting they stay there for at least a couple days, and every night it is just oh god, I've forgotten their name already.
Their name.
Elysium?
It is Illithum Hale. I'll
Illithum.
Yeah. Here, I can copy paste it.
I'm fully assuming that like them and Brar spend multiple evenings just being absolute nerds about music.
Absolutely. She travels between Sindrin and Paluma doing work for the amphitheater, but her main research is over in
Amadron?
Amadron. She actually, with your permission, will teleport you there. She has a magic circle between her study and the amphitheater, and she is a mage, but also studies music, and will teleport you back to her workshop and work with you there, and is very excited about working with you more in the future.
Absolutely. This is
Tempter will. While in Paluma, Tempter's gonna take the time to like re-explore Paluma since that's where they lived for a lot of their life, and then once teleported to Amadron, is gonna revisit the library.
Nice. Tempter, while there, you do run into one or two people that you recognize. There's a good chunk of people who no longer alive because of how long ago you worked in the library. But there are some people of older races that do recognize you, and you are able to have some nice conversations.
Where's my
with them.
portrait?
There is a at one point, for if you follow Tempter, there is a portrait of Tempter in one of the libraries.
Yeah, there is.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
in the library that they worked at. But sorry, you were gonna say something here, Achilles.
Yes. Sorry.
I don't know if I was, honestly.
All good. She very excitedly spends for 2 weeks working with you, like getting down your history, trading songs with you, both getting some songs for you to then pass on to other musicians, and then giving you both songs by other famous musicians, but then like a few more of Quinn's songs. You get a sword sting. You get Under Mother Gaia. You get the melody of Leonis. Those 3 songs, and she's very excited. And it's during one of these sessions where the 2 of you are working. She kind of just mumbles out loud, in everything that I have, in my work with them and my research into them afterwards, I just wonder what happened to them.
Yeah, remind me what the cover story ended up being for Harrenver.
I think it was like a sickness, like quarantine zone.
Like a plague ended up killing people, I believe, yeah.
I think at some point during their late night talks, Prar will probably mention that they were last seen in Harrenver, and then the subsequent plague that swept the town.
You see, after you say that, her eyes register that fact, and oh, that is very unfortunate. For a creative life like that to be cut short is a tragedy.
I'm sure the essence of what they lived by still lives on out there.
In the little bit I got to work with them, I know that the thing that they were most passionate about was music. So I can safely say that I am sure they would have loved to meet you.
I'm sure I would have said the same if we had the chance.
Yes. Very much so. So there's this performance coming up, and she just continues rambling. It's just moving on with business.
So there's this load-bearing performance.
After 2 weeks of work with her, you find out a lot about Quinn, including their events after the amphitheater. After a roaring success at the amphitheater, their songs were spread far and wide. They stayed in Apatroth for a while, performing all over, from the packed streets of Paluma to the rowdy city of Veskir, and even the desert city of Sandscale. Quinn Opal, though, was one who never stayed in one place for long. They, one day, were approached by a mailman who delivered them a message from a faraway king. King Threndril of Unogi sent an invitation for them to perform at his castle for a ball. Quinn hopped on the first ship they could find, a vessel called the HMS July, chartered the musician across the oceans to Tialis, and a new frontier awaited them. They took the train system across the continent, taking inspiration from the machinery for new songs. Upon reaching the floating city, they found the celebration had already started. The party had apparently been going on for a few days already, and they were surprised by finding the front gates of the castle wide open. Townsfolk wandered in and out of the castle freely, and Quinn found the king casually drinking with a group of civilians. The king welcomed the famous musician in with a drink and a hearty slap on the back. The festivities were to last at least another week, and Quinn had their work cut out for them. Over those many days, they performed many songs. The Storm of Chord, Revelry and Madness, Call of the Sirens. But one song caught the attention of someone in the crowd. A slow song called A Loveless Heart, played on the violin and told about a person who never could connect with others. Someone who traveled the world but never allowed themselves to love another. These words were heard by the whole city, but the one it resonated with the most was the king's personal mage. It's Merle telling you this story.
Oh.
He is opening up about his love for a musician who struggled to allow love in their life. Two people who struggled with real connection, who decided just for 1 week to allow themselves to open up. Quinn spent every night that week in Merle's tower, and the two finally had someone who understood each other. Unfortunately, as happy as the memories were, the two had a glaring difference. Merle locked himself away in his work and tower to stay away from people, and Quinn could never stay in one place for too long. After the week was over, Quinn left, and Merle was left alone once again. He did find a letter from Quinn, left under his pillow, which stated he would visit between jobs on Tialis. They just had to finish their next job. They were invited by the mayor of Harnver to come perform for the Nexus Festival, a job that would take only 4 days to complete, and Merle could wait that long. Merle sits across from you in the castle, and he looks to you, Prar. Why do you want to know about this?
I think at this point, Par is like crying. I imagine this going differently.
Who would have seen this one coming?
Not me.
I knew there was this type of substance going in. I didn't know it was this specifically.
I think Par is just going to explain from the beginning about what happened in Harnver.
You tell him everything?
Everything.
He is silent as he listens to this. Every detail. And when you are done, you see he reaches into his robe into a pocket and pulls out a flask. Opening it up and just chugs whatever liquor is in there. His face contorts into a grimace, and then a smile, and then a frown as tears just start to flow down his face silently.
As soon as that happens, Pro's getting up and giving him a tight hug.
Tempter was about to suggest the exact same thing.
He doesn't move. He tries to speak and just chokes back a sob. And you hear a very faint whisper in your ear as he just says, "He didn't leave me," or "They didn't leave me." And Merle just clutches onto you and hugs you back.
I think from this point on, Prar makes a vow to himself that he is going to come back and visit Merle on a regular basis, no matter what is going on.
After it takes a few minutes, but they compose himself. And he laughs between the tears. You know, when I first met you, and you stuck around my tower, making sure I ate, and that I took care of myself. I thought it felt familiar. Who knew you were the same person?
To be fair, I didn't know it then.
Merle looks at you and just a fresh set of tears start flowing. I loved them. It wasn't for long, but I'm glad you killed that monster. If I knew, I would have helped.
Either way, it's dead now.
that. You see he goes to take another drink, but realizes the flask is empty and just pockets it again. Well, I have work to do, so... Unless there's anything
I was gonna
else.
I'm up. Does this man look like he's eaten in the past 28 hours? Or 24 hours?
He does not look like he's eaten in the past 72.
Oh damn,
You can't do that.
that's not good.
Pro's just gonna sit his ass down. You're not fucking moving until you eat something.
I didn't want to interrupt earlier, but when Prar went to go hug Merle, Tempter decided to leave the room.
Okay. Merle just sits down and doesn't say anything, doesn't move. He just looks tired.
I don't know how heavy a wizard could be, but I'm sure Prar can manage with his 7 strength to manhandle him into bed or something.
The guy's not eaten in 3 days. I'm sure you can push him around like a rag doll.
Yeah.
Roll me a strength check, just for fun.
Oh dear god. That was not meant to be an advantage. Oops.
All good. He's like a twig. You had to beat a 5. You sling him over your shoulder, and it takes a minute, but you are able to... Where are you taking him?
I'm assuming there's some sort of either, like, comfy couch or just straight up a bed.
There are... there are open beddings and couches in the castle, but you know he does also have a bed in the tower. But you think to yourself that bringing him there might not be the best idea.
Is there a library?
Inside the castle? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm assuming the library will have
Oh, yeah.
some form of... Yeah.
There,
I was
there
gonna
are
go
couches.
set Merle up in, like, almost like a nest of just comfy materials, and then go get him food from whatever kitchen there is.
You set him up, and he just kind of lays back. Doesn't fight it. Just rests. And you are able to walk around the castle till you find the kitchen. Upon entering, you see there is another figure inside the kitchen, and you see the red-scaled dragonborn with the silver armor and wings sticking out the back. The king himself seems to be rummaging through the fridge, and turns to you with
I love this guy.
turns
I love
to you
this guy.
with a full sub hanging out of his mouth, and is like,
Gosh,
"Oh,
what a dweeb.
oh," and then he like takes the sandwich out of his mouth and holds it, and like, "Oh, hey, well, how's it going?"
Still needs to
I'm gonna
have their
steal-
stern talking with this guy eventually.
You know what? I'm not gonna question it.
Do
You
want
gotta
something?
feed your wizard better, man.
Oh, he has his like own kitchen in his tower. He usually just stays in the tower. He has his own like kitchen set up.
Do you trust him to take care of himself?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Feed your wizard better.
You see, he like stops, thinks, nods his head, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll do that."
Yeah, you gotta feed your pet wizard just like how we feed ours.
Yeah, exactly.
They actually have to like consider nutritional values with this one and not just give him pudding.
Yeah. You gotta make sure that's
Okay,
very
ours
fed,
comes
watered,
back if it
blocks.
dies.
Yeah.
Pudding is like a multivitamin to me. Anyway, that's my Flintstones gummy.
Make sure that it's in a stimulating environment.
He looks to you, Far, and is like, food wizard now. Yeah, and like you see, he reaches
Yeah.
under a cabinet, pulls out a frying pan, and like starts whipping up a meal. You see, he whips up just like this, weirdly extravagantly good pasta dish. Like it's actually incredibly impressive the skill this man has in a kitchen. When you realize he was just eating a peanut butter jelly sandwich on like a sub, on like a basically a shorter big baguette roll, but when he's cooking for someone else, he's making an actual like extravagant meal.
There's
You're
like a comedic song in here somewhere. I'm probably gonna like think on that.
he will idly chat to you as he cooks and invites you to also cook if you want to. If you want to help out, but if not, I don't know part of skill in the kitchen.
I think he can't cook, but he can make a banger hot chocolate.
Okay. He shows you where the ingredients for hot chocolate are in the kitchen, which you open a cabinet and there is an entire cabinet exclusively dedicated to hot chocolate, with multiple different sized marshmallows and like cinnamon sticks and like chocolate to grate on top of the whipped cream. Like it's extravagant.
Delightful.
I love this guy so much. I love this game so
I-
much.
So dumb. He's so dumb.
God.
Olive told me the reason why he's a dragon born with wings, and it's really dumb.
Oh my god.
Hey, Bro, do you want to do an Arcana check?
Yes. How's a
Maybe.
19?
Yeah, you watch King Threndril cooking, and you see the set of wings shooting out of the back of the armor, and like you're making the hot chocolate, you look over, you see the wings, you go back to the hot chocolate, and you stop and you think, and you're like, Dragonborn don't have wings. And you look back to the king, and you see the armor itself, and you see there are like intricate runes around the holes that the wings are poking through, and you are able to deduce the wings are part of the armor. They're not his natural wings. They're made to look like they are, but the wings are actually sprout out of the armor and not his back. He had commissioned, and you can tell by the work too, he had commissioned Merle to give armor to be able to make him fly.
Of course he would.
Apparently, this guy's intelligence is like 7 as well.
I'm not here, but that is the most wholesomest and also me shit. I would totally do that.
Yeah.
It is both kind of childlike, but also inspiring. And you think back to the battle, to where you defended Yunogi before it fell temporarily, and you remember him flying ahead of his own army, fighting on the front lines with those wings and that armor, and you're just like, this is an incredibly brave, but also kind of very stupid man. But you watch, he finishes up a beautiful shrimp scampi meal, and it just hands it to you, and gives you a hearty pat on the back, and it's like, go feed that wizard. And then he like turns back, picks up the peanut butter jelly sandwich he was eating, and walks out the door.
Or probably just spends like 10 to 20 seconds just stood there watching the doorway that he left out of and thinking, he'd find it funny if I wrote a song about this, right?
You're pretty sure he would.
Can I have it so that? Sorry.
No, go for it.
Can I have it so that when the king leaves the kitchen, runs into Tempter, and Tempter says like, King Thrundrel, I assume you received my letter.
Tempter, you see him, and he's holding like the sandwich that's half out of his mouth, and you see he turns to the left, sees you, and immediately turns to the right and starts fast walking
King
down
Thrundrel,
the hall.
there's something to talk to you about.
And he just starts walking faster and faster, and you
I
start.
couldn't help but notice that there's not a defensive barrier on the thing that makes the city fly again.
Another time, I got an important meeting to go to. And you just
Yes,
chase
important
it.
meetings with a sandwich hanging half out of your mouth. Yes, I understand.
Yeah, like an anime girl. He's gonna get isekai'd.
Yeah.
Ray, if he shows up in your campaign, that would be really no.
Shows up in Ray's campaign trying to escape Tempter's berating.
Shortly after this interaction, runs outside and gets hit by a racing carriage.
Tempter, you spend the next hour chasing him around the castle, talking about how unsafe Yunogi is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You step out in the hallway to watch that scene unfold. Before you are left to console the wizard.
Like, when Prar goes back, he just sets the food down on the table next to wherever he's pitched up the poor wizard. And I think he's going to just play some very soft tunes on his kalimba.
You see Merle just sits there and starts just like munching on the pasta. First slowly and hesitantly, and then as you play, you can see him like eating faster and faster until he is just scarfing down this pasta until there is nothing left. The hunger and exhaustion and post-crying carbs needed for his brain and his body.
So, if I were to say, may have possibly set the king on actually feeding you properly, just as a hypothetical.
That sounds like you. Yeah.
To be fair, I found him rifling through the fridge, while also eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
That sounds like him.
If he shows up in weirder situations, could you tell me? Because then I can add that to the song I'm writing about it.
You say that, and you can see Merle's snout like contorts as he snorts back a laugh. Completely unprepared for this. He just sighs and he's like, yeah. I will make sure to send you a message with as much embarrassing details about the king that I can.
Perfect. Also, how long did it take you to make that armor?
Oh, 2-3 weeks. It's one of the. It is actually the first thing that he commissioned me to make him as when I became the official court magician.
Does he ever take it off?
Nope.
How does he clean it if he doesn't ever take it off?
He wears it in the shower.
How is he king?
I ask myself that every day, and if you really want to know, I use prestidigitation to make sure that the armor is clean when he's not looking. The
Yeah.
armor and himself. He thinks the showers work. They do not.
I'd be surprised if they did.
Thank you for telling me the truth.
You deserve to know.
I will be okay. I'm just glad I know. You spend how long do you spend with Merle after this?
I think probably just the night. To make sure that, he gets at least one good night's of sleep. Before he leaves Merle to the whims of the king he serves.
Yes. We're gonna move on to the last roleplay group. I want to get this done in a decent time, but I am gonna call for a quick 5-minute break because I do need to run to the bathroom again.
Go, piss girl.
Okay.
So I will see you all in 5. Hello, hello. We're hopping back in with the players.
Oh,
Hello.
wait, how old is your... Hi.
Hi. Hi, welcome back. Apologies for cutting you off.
No, it's okay. We were just talking about Hemlock saying that they're an adult, and we're like, no, you're a baby.
Nuh-uh. Little baby.
You're still a child.
Okay. Speaking about Hemlock, this next scene involves our Hemlock and Daisy. So we're going to be getting into it, so we have enough time to wrap everything up. Let me just make sure everything's good with OBS. Yep, looks like it.
The sibling squad.
Sibling squad.
Sibling squad.
Sibling squad. Sibling dance.
Okay. It's done.
Siblings.
This is my brother.
We are siblings and we care for each other.
Okay.
And we have the same
We
mother.
always share.
Can we start?
Character, obviously.
Me, the one on the time crunch.
walking.
Also
Yeah,
me.
you're on the time crunch. And I'm trying to get the session over so you can go do your thing.
Now.
Okay.
Anyways. Yeah, I'm good to start. I'll shut up.
You're good. Okay. Little is known of the origins of famous pirate captain Elf Pensley. People believe that she originated from Port Andres in the Kingdom of Arctis. They believe this because of the name of the ship, HMS July, named after King Weston July Arctis. Her ship was famous for its blood-red sails and the figurehead of a lion, and her crew was called the Bloody Pride. Captain Pensley was known for a lot of different things, from her tactical mind to her mischievous grin she always adorned, but most importantly was the chaos she brought with her. From robbing port towns blind to stealing ships to add to her fleet. She at one point led a fleet of 38 ships around the oceans of Akali. Other pirates she worked alongside tell of her love of adventure and free spirit, but they all tell of one thing, her dream. She dreamed of exploring every island in the world, charting all of the wonders the world had to offer before tackling the biggest mystery of them all, Winceon, the unknown continent. She had no idea what she would find there, but she knew sailors avoided the place at all cost. They had good reason too. From dangerous sea creatures that inhabit the oceans nearby, to the boiling waters and constant storms surrounding the continent. Many dangers sat between her and her dream, and she needed to be prepared for anything. Knowing that, she decided to set up a home base for her and her fleet. They picked a favorite island of theirs to the north of Tialis by 3 weeks' travel out of a small town called Iran. The island was known for its lagoon and lack of monsters or people, and they settled on the island, starting up a base of operations. First, they built a few buildings for storage and housing. Then their base grew into a small town. Not many sailors come out to these islands, so there was no one to check in on the growing pirate empire at the top of the world. The first island they inhabited, they named Elreed, which was Elvish for the Lion's Sanctuary. As Captain Pensley commandeered more ships, they recruited more people into her dream, and they needed to expand more. They settled on the surrounding archipelago, bringing a total of 5 islands into their command. What was once a crew grew into a small empire, and it was led by Captain Pensley. She couldn't do it alone, though, so she leaned on her crew for help. There was her quartermaster, Kuda Ennis, a tough-looking halfling, who was Pensley's first crewmate. The navigator was named Orn Veneer, and he was known for flying from ship to ship to give directions to the whole fleet. The main gunner of the ship was named Betty, but was known by the title the Howler. Captain Elf Pensley left her crew to look after the Pride while she hunted down a thread to achieve her goal. Traveling to the unknown continent and getting through the storms was dangerous, so she wanted a way to control the weather. Going to Arctis was too dangerous, but she got a tip about a small town in Tialis that housed the remnants of a group of mages. Most left to go to Arctis, but there was still a mage or two left, and with a little convincing or a little gold, she could get her hands on a scroll or magic item that would allow her to achieve her dream. She took a smaller boat from her fleet and set sail to Harnver, telling her crew she would be back in a couple of weeks. Now, years later, you find yourself on Elreed, in the center of the bloody archipelago, surrounded by pirates as they tell you this story about their missing captain. They tell you this willingly, but you can see they have their hands resting on their weapons. They're expecting answers out of you too. You're surrounded by 50 pirates, but in front of you are 3. Betty the Knoll stares you down while idly opening and closing the barrel of their revolver. Orn, who you can see is an owlin, has been flying slightly above you silently. And in front of you is the temporary captain, Kuda the halfling, who you can see has sharpened silver teeth and a scar that goes from the left corner of her mouth all the way up to her ear, revealing more of her mouth than has to be comfortable. What do you all do? You, Prar, Hemlock, and Daisy.
Hemlock's gonna tug on Prar and like kind of whisper in their ear, like, "Are you sure that I'm not allowed to kill these guys?"
Well, you're not allowed to kill them. Kind of.
But like, I have a really good track record of killing pirates.
These ones.
Going to whisper and say, "Are you sure we can't at least maim them?" I feel like that would make the doctor very happy.
Let's wait until we're leaving to discuss this.
Yeah. This is fine. This is fine. You get to take the lead. This is your mission.
Oh, God. I'm assuming you guys haven't heard about Harnver, then, have you?
We heard something about a plague, but we know our captain and we know that's bullshit.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like... Well... Can I, like, size up this group? How well do I need to lie to try and convince them about the plague, or would it just be better to tell the truth and get them under, like, a zone of truth to promise that this stays a secret?
You can see a majority of the crew you think you could get away with lying to, but it's the 3 in front of you that really worries you. The temporary captain, this halfling Kuda, is staring you down. You don't think she believes a single word that you will say, except the truth.
Can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
Staring him down? You mean staring up?
No, she is currently sat on
okay.
a bunch of barrels.
You said halfling, and I was like staring down.
Yeah, she's currently sitting on top of a stack of crate and barrels, looking down at the 3 of you.
I want to be noted. I'm short as fuck. I can say this. I can make that.
I'm also short.
Par's the only tall one here.
I think that discussions with should happen with not the whole crew, because I'm you three seem like the big important ones, and I think the information that we have should be up to your discretion to share with your crew.
Yeah, but that's the point.
The halfling glares at you and smiles this set of sharpened silver teeth and just says, "Every member of this crew has vowed to give their life. None of them will say a word."
Cool. First, gonna pull out the pen that. Oh god, who? It was one of the counselors.
It was one of the council members of Cylon.
One of the council members gave me a pen of Zone of Truth.
Yes.
Prar's going to hold out that pen. Press the button. Cast the Zone of Truth. I am going to willingly fail it for you.
Which, as you pull it out, she looks at you and raises a hand, like, wait. And she nods over to the Owlin and gives a nod, and you see this, Orn, the Owlin, flies down, look, and, like, next to you, and, like, nods at you and asks, holds out a hand, asking to see it.
I'll gladly hand it over.
You see he casts a spell which you can recognize as Identify, and make sure that this is not some sort of trap. Daisy, as you see
Cautious
the
pirates.
yeah, Daisy, as you
How big
see
are we?
this Owlin fly down and cast this magic, you are immediately so curious about this person because you are from the Feywild. You know
Yeah.
the history of the Owlin race, which
Yeah.
every single Owlin was created by the Heart King to work under him. How did one end up in the middle of a pirate kingdom?
I was questioning that because you and me have talked about the Owlins.
Mhm.
And the minute you said owl, I'm like, the fuck?
Uh-huh.
How is it? Huh? Now I understand. Now I understand.
You see, he
Ah.
casts Identify and nods back at the temporary captain and hands it back to you, Prar. And his eyes glance at you, Daisy, and linger for a second as, like, his eyes squint at you, but he
Yeah, I
flies
squint
away.
back.
He flies back to his position.
Prar's handing the pen over to the halfling, whose name I've already forgotten.
Kuda. Short for Barracuda, but
Barracuda. Sorry.
she hops down off the crate and walks over to you and grabs it and is like, "You want me to do this too?"
That's up to you, because, in all honesty, I just need you to believe what I'm saying. So,
Zone of truth.
She clicks the pen.
can I willingly fail the Zone of Truth? That I'm.
Yeah. You are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can willingly fail the Zone of Truth. Which she.
Hammock's also gonna willingly fail the Zone of Truth.
Daisy's always gonna tell the truth either way. Even if it's just in half truths. Faye.
She.
Half truths do count as truths.
Yeah.
She looks up at you. I know.
Prar's just going to explain the full story in truth.
She watches you the entire time, scrutinizing eyes at every single detail that you say, every single detail that you could have left out that you didn't. And you watch as you tell the story, she goes from hostile to interested to bewildered. until by the time you finish, she went from an aggressive stance to now a leaned back casual one.
I think in his explanation, he definitely also mentioned why he's searching them out now of all times.
And what's that?
Because he wants to, as he's done for Quinn and Dominic, he wants to include their captain in his song cycle.
When you say that, you see she bites her lip and just draws a bit of blood. And you can see, now that you're close up, there is light scarring on the underside and overside of both of her lips as you realize this is a nervous habit of hers. Well, fuck. I would say you're not telling the truth, but at this point, we both know you are.
If you're willing to share anything about her, I'd be glad to hear it. But again, I understand if it's a sore subject.
With some rules. The biggest one, you cannot mention that she's dead.
Of course not.
You see, when she says that, the rest of the crew shuffles and you hear murmurs throughout them, but Gouda glares back and silences them.
She's not necessarily dead. Just not really alive either.
Displaced? If anything?
Displaced is a good word.
Yeah, I like it. It's my word of the day.
Yeah, so you're saying her brain was scooped out of her body and put into the twink in front of me?
More or less, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
You know.
What's your name?
Saren?
What's your dream?
To tell more stories.
That's it?
Oh, so far I've got an ancient dragon, some old man Yowie. There was
You see an
There's
eyebrow,
also the,
an eyebrow raises at that.
Listen, you're gonna have to wait until I finish the song like everyone else, but there's also
Killing
the
Victory.
Ooh, yeah. I still haven't finished that one.
I wasn't there for that one, but I heard about it.
Yeah, no, we're not. You were still a child.
I was not!
You're still a child.
How do you kill Victory? It's a concept.
You're just a baby.
I am a full-grown adult.
Okay, let's
So-
trust the child.
I'm older than that is the one.
I put my
We
hand
don't-
over over the doctor's where their mouth would be, and I go, "This is not gonna work, but I'll try."
Motherfuckers.
The adults are talking. How you said killing victory? That's a concept. How?
So this also comes under like the things that does not leave this room for reasons of global stability.
Okay.
Reasons of reasons.
Funny enough, you think pirates care about global stability, but
I mean, when
you scratched our
people
back,
don't-
we'll scratch yours.
victory, as in like the god of,
You
but
just
because it's like I can't go around telling people we killed gods. We're condensing it down to the symbolism for a song.
you're
Yes.
saying this to her, and you see like when you start talking, her eyes like go wide, and she squints at you, and she's like, "What did you say?"
Nothing.
Oh right, the Zini on
Oh,
the
yeah.
neck.
It's just
Yeah.
like warble, like your words. It sounded like it was underwater, like someone drowning underwater. Like
I forgot. I straight up literally can't tell you.
Yeah,
I
no,
just
there's
tried,
a
but
curse.
a curse.
yeah.
Do you say a curse?
Yeah. Hemlock says a curse.
That is not the truth.
Well, it's not necessarily. Hemlock is describing the patch as a curse.
Okay.
It's like every human has not human, every person has it. And animal, I think. Do all the animals have the patch?
If you weren't under the effect of Zone of Truth, I would probably have gutted you at this point, but whatever.
Which would be understandable.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would have taken your head, so you know.
And I would have taken your throat with my teeth.
Eh,
I don't know. It's
I
okay.
could
We would
survive
have survived.
yeah.
I was like looking between the halfling and Daisy, like I can't tell if they're being serious or if this is some weird flirting.
Roll an insight check.
Can I insight check that too?
Yeah, roll an insight check.
Okay.
21.
Both.
Did that roll? It's taking a second.
Also
21.
It is both simultaneously a threat and a flirt.
I love that. I love that. I mean, like, I'm gonna look over at the owl one and be like, I wouldn't take your head though. You're, you know, I can't do that to you.
You smell like them.
So do you.
No, you smell like the court.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Future queen
do.
of heads. You know.
His eyes go wide and looks to Kuda and it's like, oh, Captain.
Oh, you not heard? The Heart Queen. I murdered her.
Yeah, the heart
And
queen
she's
is
dead.
dead. She's like really dead.
I don't
The bitch
give a
is
shit
dead.
about her. I give a shit about the Heart King.
He's.
Oh no,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
fine.
Oh yeah,
I don't
proper.
care.
I'm
And,
pretty
like,
sure
a
you
while
slept
ago,
with
he
him
killed-
that one time. I
I
think I heard about
did.
that.
Wait,
Yeah, I did.
Prar, you fucked their dad. You want to
Wait,
fuck my
what?
parents, and you fucked their dad.
What do you mean I fucked their dad? What?
Wait, do
no,
you
I'm-
not know the history of Alans? They were all created by the Heart King.
Oh,
You see this
so I guess I did.
You see this sorcerer like now takes like a 2 steps back as he's looking at you, Prar, and is like, I don't.
He's chill. He's not looking for you, and if you're worried about that,
Don't tell
unless that
him
makes you
I'm
sad.
here.
I won't. I got you. I like I like cock blocking mysteries from the others.
You know. Hey.
On the other hand, can make no promises.
Captain, kill that one.
Please do not kill the child.
I am not a child.
You see,
They're a child.
Kudo looks from Orn to you, Hemlock. It's like, I'm giving you so much grace.
I'm being so mature.
Because
And
the brain of my captain is in the body of your leader. So
leader is a stretch.
Definitely not leader, but okay. We're kind of
Leader.
like a collective that all work together.
That is
as
my
we grow.
captain's brain. That's the leader. So let me tell you this, little one.
Okay.
Let me tell you this, little one. If you threaten the integrity and safety of my crew by telling Orn's daddy, whatever, about his location, and you see like Alan like shoots her a glare. He's like, if you say anything, I will kill you.
Okay, yeah, no, I would love, and I don't mean this as a threat. I would love to see you try, because there have been many pirates in the past who have attempted.
Unfortunately, that one's been swallowed by giant worms a couple times, and they're still here.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Rest assured, the doctor will not say anything. For I 99% sure know that the doctor does not want to go back to the Feywild, because
Yeah,
when
and
we
the
went
last
to the
time I
Feywild,
went there,
we
I
got
got turned to
terrified.
stone.
Yeah,
Actually, no. I was there
fine.
for the killing of the Heart Queen, but that felt more like Sutal Feywild. We were only in the one hall with no other exits.
The kid likes to
I'm
fuck
not
with
the kid.
you. The doctor.
Thank you.
Okay, I say in quotes. Likes to fuck with people just as much as I like fucking with that child.
I would like to say, my fuckery extends to the god of magic, who still I have managed to piss off quite a bit, but not enough to kill me yet.
Yeah.
But yet is the load-bearing word of the sentence here.
Yes.
But yes, I won't say anything to your father. I have no reason to.
See the owl and the captain share a glance before the gnoll with the firearm looks between the two of them and just starts laughing maniacally like a hyena, and it's like,
Good.
I like these ones. Hey Cap, I like these ones. They're funny.
I don't like being liked by pirates.
I like you too.
I like these ones more.
I mean, if you ever need like a bard for entertainment or something,
Do not offer
I'm sure it'd
yourself
be
to
fun.
pirates.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. You're fun. Yeah, no, come by anytime.
Par's gonna lean down to the doctor and is like, you gotta always keep your options open. Because now, you like me? And if I ever need a quick getaway for whatever
There's
reason...
a very high chance that these guys, were friends with the guys who literally kidnapped me.
I thought you were over your
That's
whole
true.
thing with pirates.
You have a thing with pirates, little one?
Just because I'm no longer afraid of pirates doesn't mean that I like them.
Fair enough.
Hey, the gnoll is calling to you. Hey, I have really good hearing. You got a thing with pirates?
Yes, I do have this thing with pirates.
Did pirates give you trouble in the past?
I was kidnapped with a few of the other children of my tribe when I was like 9.
That's no, that's not our MO. We don't want nothing to do with kidnapping people.
That's good. I did kill all of the guys that kidnapped me.
Do you know anything about them? Like a ship, like do you know what the Jolly Roger looked like? Do you know any of the members of the crew? Like kidnapping kids. Cat. Do you know anything about that? And Kudo like thinks and like looks to you as like, do you have any knowledge?
Vaguely, I was.
I never came up with like a name of the ship or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't think we ever like said
Wait,
anything.
really?
Blanket pirates.
Yeah.
Pirates.
You see, Kuda leans
Sure they weren't
forward.
marauders?
Kuda leans forward to you and is like, I can guarantee that was not us. We do not kidnap. We take, but we don't take people. We take from people who have too goddamn much, and we take what we need to achieve our goal, our dream.
What is
You know
what
what?
is this? I'm curious. Are you curious as what is there? Is it what?
Yeah, because I never really figured out why I had like really sticky fingers when I was traveling, but this makes sense now.
Yeah, you do have you still somehow have stickier fingers than I do.
You see,
What can I say? Sometimes shiny things.
Kudo looks to
Again,
you.
I don't know how you manage that one.
Kudo looks to you as like, well, our dream is our captain's dream, and our captain's dream was to explore the unknown continent. Now,
Oh,
I'm the captain, so I guess it's my dream. And my dream was to complete the captain's dream.
we know
Out
some
of
things about the
character.
unknown continent.
Okay, we do. I was
Yeah, we
just about
do.
to say, I'm like, did we know that in character, or did we do know that out of character?
We know
I think
that
it
in
was
character. We can't tell them.
We can't?
No, because of
No.
the patch, because of the what was described as by Hemlock as cursed.
Oh,
You can say as much as you can. You can tiptoe the line, but saying it's the body of a
Okay.
god is off limits.
Can I say, the big, landscape that's just a corpse?
This is a corpse landscape.
If you do, you try saying that.
Yeah. I don't say it's a god,
He looks
so.
to you as like, the big landscape. That's the what?
Too much.
Damn it, it's
so
part
too
of
much
the
information.
curse. I
There
will
was
say,
a big magic thing that happened that caused that.
Okay, I got that.
it's
Okay.
The
not.
landmass wasn't created the same way all the other continents were.
That is true.
Okay, that's confusing, but I heard
Can
that.
I say that it's not? It's not like land to live on.
Oh, I'm sure
It
people
wasn't
do live there.
originally land. It wasn't originally land.
You guys do know
Yeah.
that
It's organic.
there are things that live on there on the unknown continent, including a cult that was that Cortex was a part of, and
Right,
part
yeah.
of Varuktar's army was a part of.
Would
So I
would
can't-
saying that it's a dragon be accurate? I feel like.
It's the island is a dragon.
Oh, that comes through?
Oh, you got that?
Oh, you got that one. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
a dragon. It's a dead dragon.
It's a
Like a
very dead
really-
dragon. Like
Yeah.
a really dead dragon.
It's a dead. The island. The entire continent is a dead
Yep.
dragon.
But
Yeah.
like a really, really, really powerful dragon.
Uh-huh.
Like,
the
think
mother
the
of
one that
dragons.
attacked Tialus, but like
But like
a
its
couple
mom.
thousand times. Yeah.
But like its mom.
Yeah. I don't know if that's coming through. Is that coming through?
That is fucking awesome.
that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
now I want to go even. No, yeah, you guys really helped me out there. It solidified. Like, I was kind of wishy-washy on what my dream was, because it was to complete the captain's dream, but then the captain died, and I'm the captain now. But no, yeah, I want to fucking go there. That's awesome.
Says, it is really dangerous. The
No
magic
fucking
there
shit.
is- Yeah, the dragon magic is intense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
just make sure
there's
you
also
bring-
a cult, isn't there?
Yeah.
Colt? Nah,
Make sure you bring a lot of protection.
we have 30 shit.
Damn.
I meant like healers. You're gonna need them.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, we got those.
Okay.
Maybe some druids. I fear druids might help. I don't know.
Maybe try to inscribe the help of some gods.
Yeah. I got to meet the druid that's been hanging out with our party for like a millisecond. They seemed pretty cool. We need more of those.
I don't. Maybe we have a druid. We could pull some strings. We have friends of friends.
Yeah, you could probably get like enchanted charms or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So don't go talk to mages and Harnver is what you're saying. Wait, no, they're
Oh
good.
no,
now.
don't use.
They're good now.
They're good now.
Cool. I might.
Maybe pray to our friend.
You're what?
What?
Maybe to Cleo.
Oh. Ooh.
They might help.
Does this count as their domain?
I don't. That
Yes.
domains are like loss, grief, and spiritual healing, right?
This could probably come under like spiritual healing, right?
Maybe.
Out of character, I would argue that
Yeah.
it is in Cleo's domain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely is. I'm like, yeah, we literally just lost the head of our entire organization.
Yeah, Cleo will help you out. Don't question how they're a god, but
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Wait, I'm sorry. You're friends with.
yeah.
Yeah, we're friends with. Well, I've only met them like twice. They did come to harass me after they became a god. So I spent some time with them.
Yeah. How many gods are connected to the party now?
Anyways,
Aphrodite.
this isn't important.
No,
Yeah.
don't
No,
worry.
but
Yeah.
We got
But-
shit to do now. Like, we got a plan for an expedition. Now that we know the captain's not coming back. Now that I know that I'm the captain, I get these schmooks to actually get off their fucking asses. And you see she, like, leans over her shoulder to yell at them. To actually get off their fucking asses, and we can get the mission working on... Oh, wait, we need... There's still that problem with the nature. We'll figure it out. Yeah, no.
You guys send me like a sending spell when you're about to leave. I'll come by and I'll play the song I will probably have written by then for you.
Hey, Ord. And you see the Alan like looks over and is like, no. And like Kuda smiles, and you see that the scar, the cut from the corner of her mouth goes up to her ear, and you see like the sharp teeth and the inside of her mouth. She's like, yeah, no, give them wood. And I was like, no, please, no. And it's like, no, I'm the captain. Come on. And you see he like flies over and hands to you for reaches into a bag of holding that was on his belt and hands you a sending stone.
Fuck yes.
I have a question. If we are wrapping up,
We are going to be wrapping up soon, like 10 minutes. There's one final scene after this we got to do.
would I be able to like say that ask you later, and you answer my questions and we do it off stream?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just wanted to have a conversation with the Owlin because what the fuck?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We
You
can do
threw that in. I'm like, I need to know what's going on with that.
I'm down for that.
Cool.
You see Kuda like claps her hands and is like, "Move it, people! We got work to do!" And like the crew starts dispersing and go into their work. And she walks up to you, Prar, and is like, "Don't tell them she died. We need the general populace to still think that she could come back at any time, just to scare, the rich assholes who don't like us."
Horse.
Oh yeah, no.
Talk about her dream. Like, yeah, you can do the whole like lion motif and like the bloody sails and all the whatever. Talk about her dream. That's the important part.
Horse. Prar absolutely goes away and writes like Indiana Jones level type of song.
Fuck yes.
Yes.
Okay. She, before sending you off, she just says she's like, you. She points to you, Prar. You stop by anytime. You're cool. Points to you, Daisy, and is like, call me. And then points to you, Doctor, and just says, "You're not allowed back."
Hemlock flips them off and is just like, I wouldn't intend to come back.
Don't bring the kid next time.
I am not a kid.
Yeah, you are.
I wink and I'm like, I will not bring the kid.
I will be fighting for my status as adult for the rest of my life with these people. Prar, I am older than you.
Yeah, you will. And now you're not.
Prar, I am older than you by over a decade.
Kudo leans down to you and is like, the brain in that body is like 40 years old. Think about it.
And
it sounds like it's made of other people too, so like combine all the ages of the three of them, and that's the twink's actual age.
So as they lean down and get close, I want Worm to come out of a Hemlock's scarf and hiss.
Oh, she looks over at Worm and just smiles those silver teeth. I'm like, adorable, and like sits back up.
No, I'm understanding the name now.
Took you long enough. You are all... You're allowed to hang out for like an hour before they eventually kick you off the island. And we're gonna move on to the final scene. This is now a week later. You, Prar, find yourself in Lightport. Where are you? And who are you with?
I think the roof of Hush with Fawn.
You make it up to the roof, now with a proper fire ladder up to the roof, as the construction of a staircase after the incident of the attack. There's a proper staircase getting installed into the building for use of fire only, but you are on the roof with Vaughn, staring off over the entirety of Lightport. And he sits there on the edge of the roof, legs dangling off the side.
Prar's going to sit down next to him, pull a small box out of his pocket, and sort of put it in the space between them before pulling out his Erhu and playing the first song of his song cycle. And it is just a love letter to Vaughn.
You see he's staring out as you play, and he looks over to you, looks down at the box, looks out to Lightport before his head jolts back to the box and then back up to you, and he realizes what's happening. And you see his eyes just go wide. And he just leans over and puts his head on your shoulder and listens to you play.
After he finishes the song, he will just kind of sit there in silence for a little bit. Okay, the silence is kind of killing me. Is that a yes?
Vaughn laughs, looking over at you and like, you do know what this means, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty aware. I did put a lot of thought into this.
Yes, you idiot, yes. And he just leans in and kisses you.
I don't think we can talk about what Part wants to do to this man on stream.
Understood.
Lamau.
You see, unless you wanted to put the ring on him, he will put it on himself. What did you want?
I think watching Vaughn put it on is probably enough of a sight to get Par to drag them off the roof, out of Hush, and to Vaughn's apartment.
Understood. He slides the ring on his finger, and then with that same hand, just locks hands with you as you two walk away. That, as we fade to black for stream reasons, and as we fade to black on Prar's story, that is where we're going to end off. We will pick up soon for the finale of the campaign. Thank you all for coming by. This has genuinely been so wonderful. We will see you soon.
I like to imagine that Par doesn't say anything to the Woven Fates. He just shows up with a ring and waits to see how long it takes them to find out.
Instantly, or it's gonna take us like 2 weeks.